Alright, welcome back to Klinga Games. It's been a busy week for me, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to practice with the team I'm going to show today. But this is the Regice team that I managed to get to Masterball tier with. I switched the team after 3 games. I ended up with my final record before Masterball being 9-4. So I think it's a pretty good team. I'll go over the team breakdown at the end, kind of go over the sets for each Pokemon, and kind of just what they do, how they synergize, and what kind of threats they take out. And try to go over some of the weaknesses of the team too. Hoping these games go well. I'm going to try and get hopefully 3 good games, and then kind of edit them together and see how we do. I'm a little out of practice with this team. I haven't had a whole lot of free time with work, and I've been trying to build a Regirock team at the same time, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, so they have a Weezing and Regigigas team, which this is the first time I'm facing that with this team. So I think what I'm going to do is, what can I do here? Okay, I think I'll go Dragapult Celesteela with Urshifu and with Entei and Regice in the back. And we'll see how that goes. This is my first time playing against the Regigigas core, so this should be interesting to see how this goes. My basic strategy going in is that I should be able to Breaking Swipe with Dragapult, and get a Meteor Beam off with Celesteela, and then max it after that, and hopefully that should be able to take care of the Weezing, and the Regigigas wouldn't be an issue after that. But the Breaking Swipe is important so that we can lower the attack right away, and it'll also work if Landorus is the first one, and then I can put up Light Screen if it's Celesteela. So we'll see what they lead. I should hopefully have some kind of answer for all of them. The Registeel, which kind of seems to be a running theme with my teams, kind of worries me. I don't have a clear answer for it, so let's hope they don't find that. Alright, so they are going to go Celesteela, Registeel. Ugh. So the core I did not want to see. Okay, so what I think I do here is I will set up a Light Screen, and I will Meteor Beam into the Registeel spot. Now Registeel is going to move before my Dragapult, but Dragapult should still be able to outspeed if they use Electro Web, which they are going to use. So I should still be faster than their Celesteela, or I should be faster with my Dragapult than their Celesteela. My Celesteela is still going to be slower than theirs, most likely. But we get the Light Screen up. The opposing Celesteela used Meteor Beam. Okay. Let's see what they use. Are they targeting into my Celesteela? Because that could be a problem. And they are going into my Dragapult slot. Okay, I can live with that. Nice little mirror here. Okay. Beyond that, there's not a whole lot that my Dragapult can do. Oh crap, that's terrible. Okay, that might just lose us the game right there. So we're just gonna Flamethrower and Flamethrower into their Celesteela. Okay. So that was very, very unfortunate, and that might just lose us the game. I should have led my Entei Regice lead, but I wasn't sure if Regice would be able to take a Regigigas hit first turn. so that's really unfortunate. Yeah, and that's gonna do no damage at all. Max Airstream, huh? Okay, that's not good. So now they're at +2 special attack. Okay. So I don't think this battle's gonna make the cut. So we'll go ahead and bring in Regice here. Regice has the best special defense in the game, other than Shuckle, which doesn't count. So we're just gonna pray that this is strong enough. And we are going to flamethrower into the Registeel spot. So unfortunately I didn't get to set up the way I'd like to. I just really don't like Registeel. It causes a lot of issues for me in pretty much all the teams that I make. But I think if I would have just gone with this lead, then I could have been fine. If I just led my Regice Entei lead. So that's going to do nothing. Max Rockfall, huh? I was expecting Steel Spike. Into the Registeel slot. That's interesting. Okay. So I was thought for sure that they were going to target Regice with Registeel, but now they're at +3 special attack, so that's going to be it. We're not going to win this unless this crits. And it does not. Okay. And that sets up the electric terrain for Registeel, which is not good. So we bring in our Entei. So I think what we need to do here is we need to max guard the Regice. I think they're going to go into it. And you're going to Sacred Fire into Registeel. They might go for the Entei. If they do, then it's a good call by them. So they go into it with the Registeel. Let's see if they go into it with the... They do. Okay, that's big. That's really big. And we get the KO. Okay, we might just win this. Alright. We have a snowball's chance in hell now. Alright. Okay, so unfortunately the electric terrain is still up, so that still makes Registeel very, very dangerous. But here's what we can do. We can go ahead and Hailstorm into the Registeel spot and Lava Plume. So this is how I normally set it up. This is usually my turn 1 play. But I think they're gonna... Entei might have to eat a... Oh no, okay. Alright, so we get the weakness policy off. Oh, when Entei avoids, that's huge. Okay. So goodbye, Registeel. Unfortunately, Entei will be slower than Regigigas here when they bring it back out. So really now it is my boosted Regice versus their Regigigas and Wheezing. Oh, and Whimsicott. Okay. So this is going to be the Worry Seed set. Okay. So what I can do here is I can just Blizzard and Sacred Fire into the Regigigas. Okay, and I don't think Regigigas has a move to take out both of these. So let's see who he deems to be the bigger threat. So he chooses Entei to hit. Okay. So let's see how much this Blizzard does. I love Regice's Blizzard animation. It's my favorite. Okay, so Focus Sash on the Whimsicott. Buffeted by the hail. Buffeted by the hail. Okay, so there goes Whimsicott. So now it's Gigas versus Ice. Wait, did they have a red light screen up? I forgot about that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to protect this turn. I don't know if Regice is going to survive a Regigigas attack. Giga Impact does have a chance to miss though, so that's nice. So there goes the electric terrain. So I really just have to hit Blizzard here and hope that we can take this, which I don't think we can. Yeah, I think that's going to take Regice down. We didn't get any defense boost or anything. Yep, close game. So I really should have led my Regice Entei team here, Entei lead here, in which case I could have won. But that's something. You live and learn. Also, if we hit that Meteor Beam, then that could have won. It's a 90% accurate move, so you usually don't see it miss. And unfortunately we did, and they hit theirs. So that kind of put us behind the 8-ball turn 1. So unfortunate start, losing the first game, but you know, sometimes you lose. That just happens. Alright, Date 15. Alright, so we've got a Sun team here. So I think I go with my Entei Regice team with what threats do we need to take care of in the back? Urshifu could probably do some damage into Cinderace and probably Celesteela. Their team doesn't seem to be very well suited for it. Alright, so this is a very unusual Sun team with Ninetales. Usually you almost exclusively see Venucole. So this should be a very interesting game. I'm kind of hoping they start with a Sun lead. That'd be nice for me. Or I think it'd be nice for me. I don't know. They may use Blind Hypnosis and ruin the whole game for me, but we'll see. Alright. So we have Liepard and Corviknight. That's interesting. I don't know what that's going to do. But I don't know if I'm too scared of it. So I think I'm just going to go with my Lava Plume and Max Lightning into... Oh wait, do they have any Lightning Rod users? Don't think they do. They do have Garchomp though, so I think I'm going to play it safe and just Max Hailstorm into the Corviknight slot. Okay, so what's coming in here? Cinderace. Okay, so I picked wrong there. I should have gone with the Lightning. Oh well. So I'm curious what this Liepard is going to do. It scares me, to be honest. It really scares me. Maybe I should have Steel Spiked into Liepard in turn 1. The Prankster Pokemon are all just very scary, because you never know what they're going to do. Honestly, Whimsicott's the best one, but it usually scares me the least, because you can usually figure out what it's doing based on its team. Ooh. That is interesting. Ah, I burned myself. I always burn myself. I don't know why. It just always happens. Okay. So it's not very effective on Cinderace, and we'll just go ahead and Max Hailstorm here. Let's see how much this does. I'm curious. And that is a KO. Wow. Regice hit so hard. Okay, so that's their Regice counter gone. Alright, so that, you can just see just how good Regice can be once it's set up. This is what I should have done turn 1 last time, because the Celesteela scared me more than it should have, just based on the damage to Dragapult. It really wouldn't have been that much of a threat to me, just based on what it could do there. So what I'm going to do here is, so what can Liepard do here? I don't know if they're going to target the Entei or the Regice. I think I'm safe here to just double into it with Sacred Fire and and Hailstorm. So Corviknight comes back out. I'm really not scared of the Corviknight too much. My team is pretty good at handling all of them. So Earthquake, yeah, I didn't have to fear the Garchomp all that much. Yeah, they both survived, no problem. Okay. So Entei uses Sacred Fire. Do we get the burn? Probably doesn't matter because it's going down this next turn. And Max Hailstorm again. Oh my god, I love Regice. It's so much fun to use. Alright, so that's Garchomp gone. So now we've only really got the Liepard and this Corviknight here. I don't know if the Corviknight is weakness policy is what I'm worried about. And no, it's not. It's leftovers. Okay. So there goes that little problem. So yeah, they just, a lot of people don't know how to deal with Regice. It's not a common threat, so it's really fun to just throw out in the games. And Lava Plume is a move that you don't ever really see in use. So I was trying to find a way to make Blacephalon work, but I was really just happier using Entei. Entei's a lot bulkier. It's got Sacred Fire to make itself useful on its own, and it gets a nice ground move to help out. Not Alecki. I keep saying Alecki. To help out Regice against rock type Pokemon, steel type Pokemon, that kind of thing. Well, steel type it takes care of fire, but you know what I mean. It's just a nice coverage move to use. Okay, so Max Guard, Snarl, but we don't actually care about that because Regice has Clear Body, which I love. And Steel Spike into the Liepard's block. Alright, so now we're looking pretty good. It's 3v1 with Regice at +1 defense, +2 special attack and attack, but the special attack and attack we don't really care that much about. Or the +2 attack we don't care that much about. Special attack we care very much about because Regice is amazing once it gets that boost up. So we'll bring out Celesteela first. I'm hoping that these two can kind of just stall out Max, and then a Wicked Blow from Urshifu can just finish this out. So what we're going to do here is we are just going to Meteor Beam into it. And I'm going to Blizzard. I think the freeze chance is more useful here than... Okay, they cancel. But yeah, that was a really good game. You can see what Regice can do there. Regice, once it gets set up, is really phenomenal. It has a lot of weaknesses because it's an ice type, but you know, that huge special attack, really helpful. Being able to change weathers on its own, really helpful. It pairs really well with Entei, where situations where Entei's in trouble, it can attack. Situations where it's in trouble, Entei can attack and sometimes take care of the threat. It really synergizes very, very well with them. Okay, another Kartana, so that is unfortunate. So I think we're just gonna go with the Entei Regice lead with Terrakion for Rotom, and or I could go with my... No, they've got Clefairy, I can't risk that. Okay, so Entei Regice with Terrakion for Rotom and I think Urshifu. Alright. So Nihilego Rotom. I think what I do here is I max Steel Spike and Lava Plume. I think this is gonna be another disappointing game, just based on the leads. Alright, so they're gonna max their Nihilego. That's disappointing. Okay. So I should have just gone max Entei and Storming Tantrumed it, but or max quaked it, but kind of forcing the Regice here, which is disappointing. I tried to practice a little bit on Showdown last night, but Showdown just doesn't really emulate the real game and the players that you face in Masterball. So Rotom's gonna protect. Okay. It's not terrible. Next Rockfall into Who though. He didn't take slot. Who does not even come close to taking that. Oh god, that's terrible. Okay, and it's probably going to take this Steel Spike pretty well. Okay. Yeah, not even an issue for it. And a critical hit. That is embarrassing. Okay. I always forget what Nihilego's base speed is. Let me try and look that up real quick. Come on, come on, come on. Nihilego has base 103 speed, so I can bring in my Tracheon here. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to max Hailstorm into the Rotom slot and Stomping Tantrum into Nihilego. Its defense is atrocious. So this should, yeah, 4 times super effective. Yeah, that'll be easy. Okay, so we're not in too terrible of a position here. We can still make some plays. Into, oh, that's beautiful. Okay. So we take that pretty well. And Rotom is officially not a threat with the special attack drop. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So is that a berry? Oh, critical hit. Wow, we're getting a lot of critical hits. I feel bad now. The Steel Spike critical hit didn't matter at all. Because it did nothing, and Tracheon could have taken Nihilego out from full health with the Stomping Tantrum. But, oh, and a safety goggles too. That's good to know. So now Urshifu comes out. And I think I can just... So it's probably going to close combat if I had to guess. So let's go ahead and Hailstorm. And I think Rock Slide. We may get the flinch. Oh, I was hoping to take Rotom out with a Rock Slide. I should have just gone close combat there. Okay, well we get the Urshifu hit, so that's good. Close combat, yeah. And then Regice should be able to take it out here. Okay. Okay. Okay, and it's good to know that the Rotom is safety goggles, so it will not be outspeeding Urshifu here. So what I can do is I can just Flash Cannon into Clefairy and Poison Jab into Rotom. The reason I'm picking Poison Jab here is so we can get good damage into Clefairy after this turn if Urshifu survives. But now that Rotom's gone, Clefairy is just easy pickings for Regice. And I don't even know if it lives one Flash Cannon. And it does, but barely. And they're going for the Urshifu, who does not survive. Didn't think so. This Urshifu is just max speed, max attack, so it does not have the bulk to take any kind of super effective special attack. That's what I was trying to say. Alright, so that was a pretty good game. You got to see what Regice can do. And I learned what Nihilego's base speed is, so that's good for future Terrakion Nihilego interactions. It was very important there that they were max special attack, so that their special attack increased instead of their speed. If their speed increased there instead of their special attack, then we would have easily lost that game. All right, so I'll go ahead and I think I'll do. Okay, so battle against, I don't know. So this one is a Sun team, by the looks of it. And I think Entei Regice should be fine here. Or do I want to do the Terrakion Dragapult? Can anything outspeed the Regieleki can, so we'll go with this team. Who do we want in the back? We want Terrakion in the back for that Charizard in case we end up meeting it out of max. And I guess we want Urshifu. Wicked Blow kind of helps with Landorus and Incineroar's attack drops, and Poison Jab takes care of Feeny, and we got Sucker Punch for Regieleki, so yeah, Urshifu. So normally the Sun teams I face are Cole, Venu, and in those situations it's really easy with the Regice Entei to just protect Entei turn 1 and Hailstorm into the Torkoal slot. And then that next turn, the Torkoal sets up my own weakness policy for me instead of having to use Lava Plume, so I can just Stomping Tantrum into Torkoal and Hailstorm into Venu. Unfortunately, I didn't get to show that off in this video because we didn't face any. So hopefully I may do one more game after this, see if we can face a Venu Cole. I'm just kind of trying to pick the best games from the videos I've done. Which I've done, I think, about 5 battles now. So I'll kind of just choose the best 3 out of 5 and post those. So good luck, and we'll see how we do. Okay, so we got Regieleki and Incineroar. Which we don't care about the Intimidate in the slightest. So what we're going to do here is we're going to protect the Entei, and we are going to Hailstorm into the Regieleki. I think they're going to Flare Blitz my Regice and proc my weakness policy is what I'm hoping. Which Incineroar has a really good attack, but you usually don't see attack investment on them. And with this team, I can hopefully kind of just leave Incineroar till the end, and then take it out with Terrakion or Urshifu. Okay, so they're not maxing, which I didn't think they would. They also may try and fake out the Regice, I don't know. That would be very good if they tried to do that. Or it may not be, because then we may not have the damage to one-hit KO the Regieleki. So we'll see what they do. Probably Electro Web if I had to guess. No, first we gotta protect, and then we'll see what they gotta do. Volt Switch, huh? Okay. Close combat. Alright. Yeah, so we get our weakness policy boosted. That's nice. I was expecting Flare Blitz. It's really surprising to see close combat there. Although I do have Urshifu and Terrakion on the team, so they were probably thinking they had to take care of that. So there's one of my biggest headaches gone in the Regieleki. It's very dangerous if it's an offensive set, but it's very, very frail. So not safety goggles for the Incineroar. That's interesting. So we got the Feeny now. Okay. So the question is, do I want to risk another close combat hit? I think I do. I don't think it's going to do a whole lot. So I will go ahead and Stomping Tantrum into the Incineroar slot. I'm going to max Lightning into the Feeny. Sorry if you keep hearing it clicking. Every time I put in a move, I just put my controller down, and my microphone kind of picks that up. So if you're wondering what that is, that's what that is. Okay, so are they maxing their Feeny? I don't think so. Feeny, I don't think you'd have Feeny in a Pokeball. I wouldn't, at least, but it's possible. So they're going to go ahead and max their Incineroar. But they've got -2 or -1 defense and special defense. So that's very surprising to see them max that. Is it a weakness policy set? I hope not. So that doesn't do a whole lot of damage. And it's not weakness policy, so that's good to know. So I think they kind of maxed the Incineroar out of desperation. Max Flare into the Regice, which does a good chunk of damage there. So that may be bad for us. Well, we'll see. Let's see how much this Max Lightning does. A lot of damage. Whole lot of damage. Okay. So they set the sun up for us, so we can Sacred Fire the Feeny. And I think we just want to max... I don't know if there's any benefit in... Yeah, we'll go ahead and max guard. We'll try and burn a turn of their max, not let them get one off. My guess is they're going to be targeting Regice with the max move. They withdrew their Feeny. What are they bringing in here? They're bringing in their Landorus. If we don't care about the Intimidates. And Entei may get a burn here with Sacred Fire. So max guard. If they don't target Entei with a max move, then we are in a really good position here. And we get the burn. That's beautiful. Okay. So we are looking very, very good right now. Oh, it's Lumberry. It's not as good. Oh, no. It's not Lumberry, so we do keep the burn on it. Max Knuckle, and yes. Alright, so we're looking really good here. So we can go ahead and just Sacred Fire that slot again, and we can just Thunderbolt into the Incin slot. I think Incineroar is just going to take out Regice before it moves, but we're in a really good position right here. Their Feeny's low health, their Landorus is burned. And I think it might just go down here. Oh no, but the burn will take it down next turn. So Rock Tomb into the Entei slot, which does nothing. But it does lower our speed, which is important. Max Flare into the Regice slot, I'm assuming? Yeah, into Regice. Okay, so that's their max done though. They used 3 max turns to get rid of Regice, which you can see just how good Regice can be. Alright, so there goes their Landorus. Alright, so what we want to do here... So I think we want to bring in Urshifu first. Yeah, we want to bring in Urshifu first. So Urshifu and Entei should both hopefully outspeed here. And I think, let's see, I don't know, I think Poison Jab is maybe we want to walk into. So the beautiful thing about Urshifu is they can't protect in front of it. So I can just Stomping Tantrum into the Incineroar slot, and Poison Jab into Feeny. And they can't really do anything about it because Urshifu is going to be the fastest thing in the field, and they can't protect. So there's Feeny gone. And then we should still hopefully outspeed. Yeah, we do. And they are still -1 defense, so this is going to do a lot of damage, yeah. They're going to close combat into my Urshifu, which does take that because Urshifu actually has pretty good defense. So pretty interesting team by them. Okay, so we're just going to Stomping Tantrum and Poison Jab. Yep, battle canceled. Alright, well, good game. That was a really interesting team. I think I've got a pretty good number of games here. Yeah, I think I'm going to quit battling. And I will do a quick rundown of the team. We are going to take a quick look at the team, which I've just called Regice. And I've not shared this online yet, but I probably will share it after this. And I'll record a bit where I go over the rental code, and then I'll post the video. So we'll start with Entei, which I've nicknamed Crown. He has a Lumberry, max attack, max speed with inner focus, jolly nature. We have Protect, Sacred Fire, Stomping Tantrum, and Lava Plume. Lava Plume is what we use to proc the Regice slot. It's really good for two reasons. One is that Entei's special attack is not that great, so it doesn't do a whole lot of damage to Regice. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage to the enemy either, but it has a 30% burn chance, which Regice doesn't really care about. It cares about a little bit about the damage, but it's a special attacker, so it doesn't care about being burnt. But it could burn the enemies, which, if they're special attackers, really helps out Regice survive. Sacred Fire is the main attack. Great move. 50% burn chance, 100 power, stab. It's just great. And then Stomping Tantrum just kind of deals with stuff that resists fire, as you can see in the videos. Next up is Icy, the Regice, with a weakness policy. Max HP, max special attack with 1 point in speed, just to outspeed other Regis that I could go up against. We have Blizzard, Thunderbolt, Flash Cannon, and Protect. I went with Blizzard over Ice Beam since you're usually maxing Regice if you're bringing it, and once you get out of max, you can just spam Blizzard and hit both targets. Pretty good freeze chance. Thunderbolt is really good. It sets up the electric terrain, which is good against Pokemon that want to put you to sleep. Unfortunately, Regice doesn't really outspeed a whole lot, so you kind of have to be predictive with it. Kind of see what they have in the back that could put you to sleep and use it. And then Flash Cannon boosts its defense, which Regice has phenomenal special defense, but its defense is just kind of average. So you can just kind of spam Flash Cannons, or not Flash Cannons, max Steel Spikes if you're maxed, and then by the time you get out, you're pretty much unkillable. The next one is Isle of Bear, which is my Urshifu with a Choice Band. Max speed, max attack with an adamant nature. Wicked Blow, Sucker Punch, Poison Jab, and U-Turn. We don't have a fighting move on this, which I think a lot of people expect it to have, but it doesn't. Wicked Blow is great for Metagross. Regice does not have a great matchup against Metagross, but if you can get a little bit of damage on and then bring in Urshifu, Wicked Blow can take care of it with just a little bit of additional damage on the Metagross already. Sucker Punch, really good for Regilecki. Regilecki, nothing in the game outspeeds really, so being able to hit it with a stab priority with 70 power is huge, and then it can be avoided if Regilecki doesn't attack, but it's a really good move. It also really helps against Dragapult. Poison Jab deals with Tapu Fini, which is another problem for the team. Regice does some damage into it after a weakness policy boost, but not really enough to reliably get a one-hit KO. As you can see there, it survived with, I don't know, like 25% of its health left. So Poison Jab just kind of takes care of Tapu Fini, which can be a nuisance. And then U-Turn just gets it out of there if it's in a situation where it could get hurt. Dragapult is the backup Regice procer. Usually Entei does just fine, but if there's something specific you need to outspeed to get that weakness policy off, then Dragapult also has the capability. It's max speed, max attack. I may change this to max HP if I post it online, if I post the rental code, or I may change it later and just post a backup rental code. But Breaking Swipe, Flamethrower, Beat Up, and Light Screen. Beat Up is for Tracheon. Flamethrower procs the Regice, which again, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. And then Breaking Swipe lowers the opponent's attack, which is very helpful for Regice if you do the Dragapult option. You can't use Dragapult if they have a Redirector, though, because Flamethrower only hits one target, where Lava Plume hits everything on the field. The next one is Terrakion. Terrakion with a Life Orb, max speed, max attack with a Jolly Nature with a Justified ability. That's why it was very important for me to check the Nihilego base speed, was because I wasn't sure if it had a slower base speed than Terrakion 100% outspeeds it, so I had to make sure. Which Terrakion has a 108 base speed, which is very, very good. So it has Protect, Stomping Tantrum, Rock Slide, and Close Combat. These kind of moves, they're pretty good against a lot of the Pokemon that give Regice some fits. So Rock Slide is very good for Rotom Heat. Close Combat does very well against Kartana. Stomping Tantrum deals with fire types, so does Rock Slide, but it's just a nice set of moves that on its own, if I max it, they're all really good. Max Rockfall sets up Sandstorm, boosts Terrakion's special defense. Stomping Tantrum boosts special defense, and Close Combat increases attack even more. So it's just a nice Pokemon to have, and it really synergizes with the Regice mode. This might be the last one. Yeah, this is the last one. So the last one is Celesteela with a Power Herb. This was the last one I added to the team, just because it deals with a lot of stuff that Regice kind of struggles with. So it has it's got a kind of mix of EVs, just kind of give it just enough bulk to survive certain attacks. Not really a whole lot of time to go into which one's here. Max Speed lets it outspeed some slow Pokemon. It can boost its speed with Airstream, outspeed stuff like Moltres G after a speed boost. And then the special attack is just enough to pick some key KOs with Meteor Beam. So Flash Cannon, Good Stab, Flamethrower, deals with Pokemon that Regice would have trouble with, and you could potentially set up Regice with your own Flamethrower with Celesteela, but just based on base speeds, Entei and Dragapult are usually the way to go. Air Slash, just another great stab, and one of the best max moves to just boost your own speed while you're maxed. And then Meteor Beam gives it an automatic +1 special attack. It can be frustrating when it misses with that 90% accuracy, but if it hits after a +1, Celesteela is almost always knocking out whatever it's targeting. And then after that, if it does knock it out, then you immediately go to +2. So Celesteela just kind of snowballs games. But yeah, I'll post the team online and put the rental code. So here's the rental code for the team. I made the change to Dragapult, took out the attack investment and changed it to HP. So now it should have some more durability. Should be able to support more, maybe get some more Breaking Swipes off before it goes down. But it's a really fun team. Generally, the opponents will see the Dragapult Terrakion lead as the main threat, and they will kind of lead against that. And the Entei Regice core does a really good job of capitalizing on that. We got Urshifu to take care of Metagross, but a lot of the times teams won't lead the Metagross because they will kind of fear the beat up Max Quake option from Terrakion. And so the team really has to kind of lead into that and kind of realize what the opponent is going to bring and play around that. But really the Entei Regice lead does a really good job against a lot of matchups. It beats most weathers without any real issue, just by maxing the Regice, getting the hail up, and then letting Entei outspeed what would normally what the weather sweepers would normally be able to beat. Regice is really not scared at all of Kingdra or Venusaur. Even Torkoal, really, it doesn't really take a whole lot of damage from. So it's a really, really good anti-weather option. And then it also does really well against misdirection with the Lava Plume, able to set up Regice even with a Follow Me. So I thought it was a really fun team. Did a lot better than I thought it would. I'm really proud of the way it runs. So if you're interested in trying it out, this is the rental code. Have fun with it on the ladder. And if you like the video, hit me up with a like, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you.